Welcome to SolidCam Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCam Professor, with one of many recordings available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In this session, we'll be showing you how to create a home position using the Z touch point and the inside pocket points. We'll go to our probe operation, and to touch off on our Z point, we will have to touch off on these areas over here. Now, before we continue, let me just show you the part itself. If we take a look at the part, you'll note that I have certain parts colored in certain different colors. For example, I have this area here and this inside pocket over here colored in green. These areas I will be using to create my home position. Whereas these areas over here, later on, marked in blue, I'll be using those to actually do a measurement on the part itself. Now let's start off with doing our home position. And our home position will be based on the upper level over here, touching down on the Z, and working with inside this pocket to have it at the center of that pocket. So what we'll do is as follows. First of all, we'll start with the single point Z. And of course, since we are creating a home position, we are using the option of home position. Now, if I just click inside this field over here, you'll note that the picture on the side shows you exactly what you have to choose for your geometry. In this picture, for example, you can see that we have to choose any point on that particular surface. So what I'll do now is as follows. I'll go into New and simply touch this surface over there. And as you can see, a point has been created on that surface. I'll click on OK to accept it. Go into Tool, and I've already created a tool over here for my probe, so I'll choose that particular tool as shown over here. My levels has my clearance level. And now let's go into our technology. Now, in our technology, we don't see anything here on the part itself, but we have here a window for preview. If I were to click on the preview, you can see that, and I'll zoom into that area, it's showing you exactly where it's touching down and how it's going to touch down itself. We can change our approach and retract distance, which is over here, by writing a number, say 15, or I can even just go in here and turn the wheel on my mouse, and the numbers will change as well. So I'll leave it at 15. As far as the Z level goes, we can either touch on the surface itself or write in the value over here. In our distance Z, I'm going to change it back now to 10, because I don't really need it going above my retract distance. So I'll leave it at 10. What we have to do right now is simply do save and calculate. Let's take a look in our simulation right now, exactly what happens when I use the probe itself. You'll see that the probe will actually just come down, touch off the part, and go back up. To continue now, all I have to do is click on Save and Copy. When I click on Save and Copy, I'm in a new operation. This time, though, instead of single point Z, I will choose the option of Pocket. Create a geometry for this. I'll just use these simple rules, just like we do in any pocket that we have in SolidCam. Click on the edge over there, close that chain, and there we have the pocket. The tool is the same tool, and in my text area, again, we have our approach distance. And now we have, as before, our preview. As you can see, the preview is showing exactly where it's measuring in these areas over here. You can see over here also as far as the approach distance, and we have here also the Z level. As you see, if I turn my wheel, the Z level will move up and down. I can also click over here and click on the part itself, or click over here and click on the part itself, and it'll easily move down to the level where I want to measure my Z level. I can write in here also any value I want. For example, I can write here minus 30, and it'll jump up to 30 millimeters. We have here also our measure along. As you can see right now, it's measuring only in the X direction. If I were to open this, you can see we can measure in the Y distance, or we can even measure in the X and Y together, getting the exact center of that part over there. Let's do save and calculate. And now let's take a look at the simulation. And this time we'll do the simulation on both operations. You'll see the first one, and I'll zoom in over here, and I'll slow this down as well. First one comes down, and then the next one goes towards the middle, touching off on each one of those edges over there, both in the X and Y direction, giving us the center of that pocket as our home position.
For more recordings on SolidCam Professor, please go to our website, www.solidcam.com, and look for the tab of SolidCam Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCam Professor. Take care and have a nice day.